I'm Ray, and I quit smoking with Chantix. It's not easy. You try to stop.
Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Okay,
We'll start in like 7 minutes. I'm just gonna play music till we start.
okay, cool. I was a little worried there.
Oh, you're good. It worked out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cause my main phone like fucked up, so I had to use like an old phone, and I forgot I didn't have Skype like till like after I started messaging you. I was like,
Gotcha.
oh shit. But as long as you can hear me, we good.
Yeah, everything's good. We just gotta get people in here to watch.
And hopefully there's like a decent turnout. People really like starting to, I wouldn't say drop like flies, but people leaving. It's just pretty gay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it back though. We'll see what happens.
What's is he gonna join us too or no?
No, it's just somebody else.
Okay, cool. Just looking at freaking free agents right now.
I haven't even been on.
There's like some good players out there. Some good players out there. But I'm like real petty as fuck, dude. I just like looking for the players that have their actual faces and not like made up.
Right.
What's up? It's Monday night though, sir. Yeah, yep, like it. Yeah. I mean, I played you once this season because the first one was a sim. There's there's obviously like pressure from him. I don't know how fast the dude is, but he comes in like a rocket off this 4-3 play you have. But I mean, it's like it was unexpected too. I'm not sure if he's the first defensive MVP we've had so far in this Madden. But I mean, to beat out, Todd Gurley and the high-powered like Russian attack from Wood, to beat out, Wentz, which I mean, it's a lot of his stuff is just sim stats. But Gurley, Fournette, I know Ronald Jones was up there for MVP. I mean, it's impressive because like a lot of Maddens are really like run heavy, and in the past like we've had 2K yard rushers like every season, like the Woods, the Mickey's out there, the OMGs, to beat all those like prestigious like good stick skill guys. It's impressive. I guess congrats, even though I think it should have been Gurley, but I guess it's just my bias like coming into play. Oh, okay. Uh, yeah, I'll move on. Yeah, I don't want to talk about the MVP anymore. But the AFC, we have Offensive Player of the Year was Leonard Fournette. Um, what can we say? Mickey won the Super Bowl. Leonard Fournette really like was the reason why he won that game. Mickey really isn't a big pass first guy. He relies on Fournette. The dude breaks a lot of tackles. The dude's heavy, and like for his size, he can like move as well. So it's me being runner up to him. It's pretty lame, but it's well deserved. Mickey always has the same game plan going in and out of games. And just runs the ball and sticks with it. And I mean, it shows. Offensive player of the year with Leonard Fournette, and again, defensive player for the AFC, Harold Landry, and then right behind him was Rashawn Evans, I believe. So it's yeah, we already discussed Harold Landry. We don't want to like get more into that. Um, okay, so for the AFC, the rookie of the year for offense was LaMarcus Geddes, which is that superstar development, I believe, running back that Max drafted. Like the dude was like huge too. I think he was 6'2" or something crazy like that. Big running back, downhill kind of guy. Um, right behind him was one of MCC's guys, but I don't really know his stats with Lamarcus Geddes, but I guess congrats to Mex, for using him how he should and getting that nomination. And then for their defensive side of the ball in the AFC, the rookie of the year was Mac Oliver from the Jets. I looked at his stats, and in 1 year, he like he really like buffed him up. He's superstar dev. I believe he had like 88 power move or something crazy like that. Has insane speed at like 86 or something crazy like that. Flies off the edge. So he got himself a little mini Khalil Mack and Mac Oliver. So congrats to him. Moving on to the NFC, the Offensive Player of the Year, another Todd Gurley. Again, Wood's probably like one of the best runners of the ball in the league. Is one of the best. Always has a high rushing attack, and it really doesn't matter with who, but Gurley was healthy this season, and it showed. He was at the top for defensive player of the year on the NFC was Darren Lee. He posted that Jaden dude posted the stats of this guy. He had like 20 picks, broke mine and Prevel's record. 20 user picks. He would have like 5 a game or something crazy like that. He definitely won this side of the trade because he sent away Wagner, which is probably one of the best linebackers in the game, for Darren Lee, which is like a user beast and, pretty much played like how Wagner should have been playing from the get-go. So for sure he won this trade and, congrats to him for sure his stick skills on getting that award with Darren Lee. For Rookie of the Year in the NFC, Parker Rucci. I have no clue on who this dude is.
I believe he was a rookie quarterback.
Oh, okay. So another quarterback.
Yeah.
So Falcons, Mr. Green's known to like cycle his QBs like within games. I know I traded him Brissett. He had Matt Ryan, and I'm guessing he has this rookie now. Congrats to him. I think he's like one of the better players too in this league. But his division's like tough as nails too, so it's like real hard for him to like flourish. But congrats to him. You know anything about this LaMarcus Higgins defensive side of the ball for Green Bay? He got the defensive rookie of the year.
I don't have a clue. I don't know. I've not looked up his stats. I couldn't tell you anything.
It shows he's 83 overall, so he progressed him. I honestly don't know anything about the guy. I just know that Green Bay is one of those dudes that's like more like offensive minded. Gives up a lot of points, but for him to have a defensive rookie of the year, it should help out his defense next season. And can they hear you now?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, good job carrying the show until I could get that fixed. So I told you before the show started that we would have some kind of technical difficulty. It never fails, especially when we've not done this in a month. But we got it fixed. We're moving on. All right, so let's move on from the honorable mentions of the award winners, and let's get into this this I don't know what you want to call it, Frank's Award Honor Show, something, I don't know.
Honors, I guess.
Yeah. So the first award we've got to hand out is called. It's a new one, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we've had this one before. Broadway? Have we had this one before?
Yeah, that's one. No, it's a new one.
Oh, new one. Okay. All right. So, so we got the Broadway up. We're gonna hand it out to somebody. And Frank, why don't you go on and tell us who you've decided?
Well, basically, it's a new award. I thought that including divisions this season would be pretty cool, but the Broadway Award is basically an award, that I'll be awarding to like the most entertaining division this season. And to me, the most entertaining division this season was the AFC West. The reason why is because there is like a whole bunch of days that I would see Mex from the Raiders and MCC from the Broncos just like have at it, like rabid dogs in the chat. No holds barred, like talking smack to each other. And then you got, in the midst of like all that evil being spewed out at each other, you have the Chargers with he's like a super nice guy. The dude's always like being positive, always saying GGs, just real cool guy in the chat. And then on top of that, in that division, you have the 3-time champ and Bread. You got the Cheese Fest over there. So I just thought that division, was like really entertaining to see as far as like gameplay, because just that Mex and MCC rivalry, and in chat just because of that rivalry, and seeing with just being such a nice positive guy in the midst of all that cheese and evil in that division. So yeah, I gave them the Broadway award for this season, and like I said, it's basically they were just the most entertaining division in my eyes, just because all the stuff that was going in chat and actually in game as well.
Awesome. Yeah, the Chargers. A lot of people forget Chargers started off like, I think he was maybe 5-0, at one
Yeah,
point.
he was red hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it looked like it was going to be a competitive division, and I don't think Bread took first place in that division until like maybe week 16 or 17. So it was kind of late. So I'm looking forward to season 4, seeing what those guys got for sure. So the AFC West wins that award. Those 4 owners DM me with an attribute upgrade to any player, not a development upgrade, just an
Yeah.
attribute upgrade. DM me with who you want it, who you want to use it on, and we'll get it situated. All right, so let's move on to the next award. I think it's also new. It's called the War Zone, and it's I think it's my favorite award this year.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, so take it away.
So the War Zone's basically, an award I came up with this season again. And it's for the most competitive division in MHU. And, there's been spewage in the chat this past, 2 seasons, in regards to what division is the best one. Everyone has like their opinions. And, this one's backed up with stats. But, the best division, the most competitive division this season was the NFC South. You had 3 teams that had more than 11 wins. The Panthers, the Saints, the Bucks. Offensively, they had 1,578 points scored offensively, which is the highest in the league by a big margin. And even with Green, not having a great of a season, he still had they still had 19 combined losses in that division. So they get the Warzone award. They were the best division in MHU. And I had an honorable mention. It's not me being biased. It's going again by total wins, and the AFC South, which consists of our Super Bowl winner, which was Mickey, myself, Vols, and at the time Coastal. No one had a losing record in that division, and it's very, very tough. We were 3 people in the playoffs. I think Coastal barely missed out, but it's an honorable mention. So I'm not gonna ramble on about the AFC South, but congrats to the NFC South for being our most competitive and the best division in MHU this past season.
All right, so same thing. NFC South messaged me. Let me know the tribute upgrade you want to use, and I'll get it fixed for you tonight if you message me. If not, I'll get it whenever you hit me up. All right, this next award, it's been around since the beginning, and it's probably, I think we renamed it after the first season, maybe.
Yeah, we did.
But it's definitely my favorite just because of who it's named after, and that would be the Beezy Award. So I'm interested to see who's going to get the Beezy for year 3.
So if there's any new owners out there that are tuning in, the Beezy is an award that's awarded to the owner that just had the worst performance in the season of AMHU. It's named after an owner we used to have. His username was Beezy. He had the Dallas Cowboys, and the dude just I don't know what he did as far as like and his gameplay was very, very subpar compared to other owners. But I almost had a two-peat in this award. It was very close because we had two teams that were 2-14. I rolled out Hotep's Vikings just because the amount of sims they were taking, so they weren't playing their games entirely. These two owners I know were actively scheduling games and playing. But the honorable mention for the BZ was again Cincy of the Cincinnati Bengals. He was 2-14, and the only reason why he didn't get this award was because we had another owner, and this owner had the lowest points scored offensively and the most points scored. They conceded the most points this past season, so they were the worst offense and the worst defense this season, and that is D. Lloyd from the San Francisco 49ers, or D-Mac, as he's known in the Discord. But, 2-14 record, you had the worst offense, you had the worst defense, even though you had the same record as Cincy he wasn't like all-time low on both categories, and that's why he's getting the BZ. It's just in fun, not trying to knock your game. I'm pretty sure you can bounce back. Your division, you have Jaden and Wood, which is tough, but you can bounce back from 2-14. It's just get more than 2 wins next season. But congrats, kind of, for getting the BZ, D-Lord, the 49ers.
And I'll say this about the 49ers owner. He's been here all 3 seasons, and he was with us last cycle as well. But I remember we did a game of the week, season 1. It was him versus Brad. They're buddies. We did a game of the week, and he was actually 5-1 or 6-0 in year 1. So I know the skill's there. He's got to get out of the slump he's in and win some games. Because, man, I don't know if I could schedule 16 games to go 2-14. I don't know that I'd want to play anymore. Honestly, it's rough.
I would. Rough. I can't, but I'd just be sad all the time. I wouldn't be the same person.
Right. All right. I hate that we have to give the person's next award.
Oh, man.
I mean, you can do it extra quick if you want to. Just kidding. But yeah, the MVP award, it pains me and Frank both to even mention this guy on air. But why don't you go on and explain to everybody what the MVP award is and why they win it?
The MVP, it's self-explanatory. In MHU, we have an array of talented, skillful players. The MVP is just a Super Bowl winner, the dude that comes out on top, the cream of the crop. And, as you may well know, the Super Bowl winner for this year was Mickey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So for this season, he is our MVP and gets this award. I would say it's deserved, because he had to beat the people that he matched up against. Because again, Madden is a game of matchups. It doesn't mean, the best guy offensively can still always lose if, you play somebody that has like a great defense. Mickey plays a really bland game. He sticks to the run game, plays defense, but he's good at it. And that's what makes him, a tough opponent, like to anyone. But I think this might have been the most like boring Super Bowl played thus far. I believe it may have been the lowest scoring, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
but
it probably was.
That's Mickey's game. It's play defense, run the rock. You kind of know it's coming, but it's up to you to stop it. And he got going with Fournette late in the game. I think he had 2 touchdowns late and just started trucking. So I'm not gonna say congrats, but you're MVP, Mickey.
Yeah, I don't know if I had to pick the real Super Bowl versus the MHU Super Bowl this season, which one was the more boring of the two. It would be a hard one to pick, and that's sad because neither one should be boring. But it was a very boring game. But it came out on top, and it was deserved.
That's what matters.
Yep,
that does.
So I'm glad he represented the AFC South, but at the same time, I'm not glad. So,
yep, sure.
All right, so that's gonna be it for the award show. Let me get this back up real quick. We got a couple quick topics real quick to get to before we end the show, though. Let me get my notes real quick. The off-season schedule has been posted in the announcement section. We just advanced at 8:30. We advanced to free agent stage 2 Tuesday at 8:30. Then the rookie draft will start at 8:30. We will have a rookie draft show, MaddenCast edition. Wednesday it'll start at 8:15. It'll run the whole draft, however long the draft lasts. I'll be here. I don't know who's going to be joining me. Denham will probably be with me. I don't know if I'm not talking to him, just kind of talking. He'll probably be with me. OMG might be here. Frank might be here. I don't know. We also take call-ins during the draft. If you're having a good draft, we want you to call in, talk about why you drafted, who you drafted. If you're having a bad draft, draft 3 wide receivers in the first 12 picks, probably going to call you up, say, hey, why are you pulling a Beasy? What are you thinking? So be on the lookout for that. You do have to have Skype to get on the show. So if that's something you're interested in, download Skype, and we'll get you on the show Wednesday. Immediately after the draft, we will start off season in increments of 10 minutes, and then the season will start Wednesday night after the off season or the preseason concludes. And then one last thing, I don't know if any of y'all know what League Crawler is, but look them up on Twitter. They kind of get leagues for Madden, NBA, FIFA, everything, and they try to make the best online community possible. They've invited us to join their LCTV programming, which is League Crawler TV. They want us to air our MaddenCast edition every Sunday night at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. So we're going to start this coming Sunday. So we'll be moving from YouTube to Twitch just for the MaddenCast, and then after the show, it'll be uploaded to our YouTube page. The Twitch is still the same. It's Maddenheads United. So subscribe to us on Twitch, Maddenheads United, and look for us this Sunday night, 9 p.m. for our 14th edition of MaddenCast. And then one last thing, as soon as the schedule for Season 4 comes out, I'll be working up a Game of the Week for Week 1, and then I'll be posting Game of the Weeks after that, so we can try to get them, broadcasted. We're going to try to get that going again. If you have any interest in helping me broadcast games, hit me up. We're always looking for new broadcasters to help us out. Or if you just want to be on a show, hit me up. It's cool. I'm open for whatever. Other than that, I don't know, Frank, if you got anything else. The floor is yours.
Nah, it's just, we got new faces, which is real cool. Hoping they stick it out. This league's very, very active as far as, articles, podcasts for the most parts. Vols really takes the league serious. I take the league serious. So does Cincy. We have a really good community here, and it's cool to see, like how it's the involvement people have, and just, welcome to the league.
All right, that's going to be it for this 13th edition and the award ceremony MaddenCast. We'll be back this Sunday, or actually, no, we'll be back Wednesday for the draft, and then we'll be back Sunday on Twitch, on LCTV. Hopefully everyone will come out and support us, and we can get our name out there even more. So that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. If you want an award, DM me. Let's get that a tribute point for you. I'm about to get on Madden, bet on some free agents. I'm gonna steal y'all's players. So,
yeah, stay away from my players, please.
Any of them that's got a Colts icon on it, they're coming to Tennessee as soon as I get on. So y'all have a good night. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you Wednesday for the draft. Have a good night.
Sure. Good night, fellas.